This is the second lesson now on trigonometric equations. Okay, so this time looking at cos x equals 0. Okay, so first of all, sketch the graph of y equals cos x with the values of x from 0 to 360. Okay, so the only difference being between this one and lesson 1 on this topic is we're now doing cos x. So everything that you did for last lesson, but using cos instead of sine, please. So press pause, have a go, and press play when you're ready. Okay, hopefully you remember doing that from previous lessons then, and you find it pretty easy. Just in case you need a little bit more explaining. Okay, so we're saying cos x this time instead of sine, using the same values from 0 to 360. So 0 degrees, okay, and then 90 degrees, 180, 270, 360. Okay, so this time when you put the values into your calculator to figure out what y is, cos of 0 should come out as 1. Okay, cos of 90 should be 0. Cos 180 should be -1. Cos 270 should be 0. Cos 360 should be 1. Okay, so when it then comes to sketching the graph, all right, we should get something that looks like this. Okay, so we're still seeing some symmetry. Okay, and 2 points that they reach 0 are at 90 degrees and 270 degrees this time. Okay, so we're going to be using the same sketch then, so you'll have to sketch this graph for each question. All right, so if we get going with the examples then, so press pause, copy this down, and press play when you're ready to get going. So this time, okay, we're doing values of x in between the range of 0 and 360, but where cos x equals 0.5. So let me just change the color. All right, so in the calculators, we don't want cos x, we just want x. So cos to the -1 of 0.5 for the first solution. Okay, so type that in, shift cos 0.5, should get 60. Right, so the first solution is 60. Going back to our graph now, 60 would roughly be here, wouldn't it? Okay, so we're going to go up to our curve and as straight as possible, we're going to go all the way across. Okay, so straight away you can see then that there's another solution here, isn't it? So there's one solution here, which we worked out from the calculator. There's another solution here. All right, so this gap here now, there's a couple of ways you can do this. It doesn't really matter. You can either say that the gap between 0 and 60 is 60, okay? Or you can say that this little gap here is 30. It works the same either way. So go into this 270 part here, look. You can either say that that is a gap of 30 there, or that is a gap of 60 there. Either way, you're going to get the same solution, aren't you? This value here is either 270 plus 30 or is 360 take away 60, okay? So whichever one of those you do is 300. So the two solutions are x equals 60 degrees, x equals 300 degrees. Okay, there are no other solutions in that range because there's no other point that it crosses the curves. All right. So next one, press pause, sketch the graph, press play when you're ready. Okay, so same range, this time cos x equals 0.8. So cos to the -1 of 0.8 equals, so shift cos 0.8, and I'll do 1 decimal place. All right, so in my calculator, to 1 decimal place, that would be 36.9. Okay, cos to the -1 of 0.8. So back to the graph then, 36.9, I'm going to say is roughly here. Okay, so I'm going to go up and then all the way across as straight as we can. All right, so we can see then that they're the points where our two solutions are lying this time. So if I go down, okay, so again now, that is a gap of 36.9 there. Okay, so this will also be a gap of 36.9. All right, so that value should be 360 minus 36.9, which is 323.1. All right, so two solutions this time. X equals 36.9 from the calculator. X equals 323.1 by using the graph. Okay, moving on then. So sketch the graph again, please, and yeah, press pause and then press play once you're ready to do the answers. Okay, so 0 to 360 again. Cos x equals negative 0.4. So cos to the minus 1 of minus 0.4. So shift cos minus 0.4 equals 113.6. Okay, so 113.6 now. Let's say that's going to be here somewhere, roughly. Okay, so we're going to go down to our line, down to our curve, sorry, and go all the way across. So the only other solution is here, isn't it? Okay, so there's one solution there, which we know is 113.6. Yeah, so the gap now here, look, this is 90 degrees. This is 113.6. So work out the difference between those two numbers in there. 113.6 minus 90 means that's a gap of 23.6. Okay, meaning this gap here is a gap of 23.6 as well. Yeah, so this second solution here is 270 minus 23.6. So you just got to get used to using the symmetry of the graph, that's all. So this value should be 246.4. Okay, so two solutions this time. X equals 113.6. X equals 246.4. Okay, and then last example. Okay, so copy the diagram, press pause, press play when you're ready. So we're doing cos x of minus 0.7 now. So cos to the minus 1 of minus 0.7 equals, okay, so shift cos minus 0.7, we get 134.4. So 134.4. Okay, so 134.4, I'm going to say is roughly there, 134.4. So if we go down and then across, oh, let me do that one again, sorry, wasn't very good. You'll use a ruler though, of course. Let's try that again. So from here, slightly better. All right, that is our next solution there, isn't it? Okay, so let's work out this gap again. Yeah, 134.4 minus 90 means that's a gap of 44.4. So this is also a gap of 44.4. So this value here is 270 minus 44.4. Okay, so type that in if you're unsure. 225.6. And those are our two solutions. So x equals 134.4, x equals 225.6. Okay. Right, main task then. So press pause, have a go, and of course press play when you're ready. Okay, so the answers then are there. So double check those quickly. Okay, press pause, pause, sorry, and double check those answers. See how you got on. Right, and then for question 10, there's no solutions. All right, you should notice that when you put that into your calculators, it comes up as a math error, so there are no solutions for that one. Okay, bit of a trick question. Okay, on to the checking question then. All right, so find all the solutions in the range from 0 to 360 to the equation 9 cos x plus 5 equals 11. All right, so step one for this one is to rearrange that equation. All right, you can sketch the graph straight away though, so the graph is going to look like this, isn't it? You just need to do a little bit of rearranging now to come up with the formula correctly. So press pause, have a go, press play when you're ready, please. All right, so the first thing I want to do now for this one is to rearrange this formula a little bit so we can figure out what it is we're actually doing. Okay, so if I'm going to do it up here. If I was rearranging this, look, it's 9 cos x plus 5 equals 11. We want to get it down to cos x equals something, don't we? That's what all the others have been. Okay, so I want to get rid of the 5 first of all. So I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides, just a little bit of algebra. So 9 cos x equals 11 minus 5, which is 6. And I want to get rid of the 9 now. And remember, this means 9 times cos x, doesn't it? So I'm going to divide by 9. Okay, so we end up with cos x equals 6 over 9. Okay, you can simplify that to 2/3 if you want to, but you're going to get the same thing anyway. So in our calculators now, you should have done cos to the minus 1 of 6 over 9. Okay, that's going to give us our first solution. So shift cos 6 over 9, close the bracket. Okay, I got for that one 48.2. All right, so that's our first solution. So let's find 48.2 on the graph. I'm going to say it's roughly here. Okay, then we'll use the graph now to figure out the rest. So I'm going to go all the way across. All right, so that was one solution there. Look, this is the next solution here. This is a gap of 48.2. So this must also be a gap of 48.2, meaning this value is 360 minus 48.2. So type that in, 311.8. All right, so our two solutions this time, x equals 48.2, x equals 311.8. All right, those are our two solutions. So that question is just the rearranging part at the beginning, all right, which is the bit that's slightly harder. Once you've done that and got the 48.2, the rest of it is the same as what the whole lesson has been about. Okay, thank you.